Hello and welcome back to Star Trek Online. We're now on episode 11. Mission is The Vault, and let's get into it.
The Romulans had a base, known as the Vault, that they used for research into Borg technology. This facility was abandoned in the chaos after the destruction of the Romulan homeworld, but intelligence suggests that the work there was far enough along that it was used to retrofit Nero's ship before it disappeared, along with Ambassador Spock's vessel in the Hobus system. Long-range sensors have detected energy spikes in the Halcona system, and Starfleet intelligence believes that someone is bringing the Vault back online. We need to know who, and more importantly, we need to know if there is still Borg technology or restricted weaponry on that base. I need you to proceed immediately to the Halcona system and investigate the Vault. Engage if you must, but I would prefer if you could gather the information we need, without conflict.
Alright, we need a shuttle or a runabout.
I have new missions for you.
Alright, so we're just going to transwarp there. Alright, find our way over.
In order to avoid drawing too much attention, you need to fly under the radar, so to speak. Admiral Tanay has authorized the requisition of a shuttlecraft for you. You can fulfill the requisition in the shipyard. Once you're ready, take the shuttlecraft out to the Halcona system. If you have a runabout, fighter, or other such craft available, feel free to use it, but do not approach the system in a starship. We want to avoid the notice of whoever's in the vault. A shuttle will also be able to dock with the vault and explore the interior.
Understood. Also, Republic Intelligence will be sending one of their best with you on this operation, Commander. Oh, Commander Talmera. She's been fully briefed and transport on your vessel as soon as you're ready to depart for Halcona. I trust this won't be a problem. Nope.
Any questions?
Is this a Section 31 operation?
What? Oh, that mythical boogeyman organization? No. This is a standard Starfleet operation at the behest of Admiral Tanay and supported by Starfleet intelligence. In case you were wondering, that means that you should observe all regulations and don't start a war. Any questions?
What can I expect?
Borg technology, Thalaron weapons like the ones used by Shenzan, cloaking mines, and heavy graviton beams? We're not entirely sure. That's why we need eyes inside. The station itself is near a micronebula and surrounded by a tachyon detection grid. Even a cloaked ship wouldn't be able to sneak in there. You should also expect automated defenses like turrets and cannons. We haven't spotted any ships in the vicinity, fortunately. Although with Romulan cloaking, anything is possible. Any questions?
And if I need support?
Starfleet will make sure to have a ship or two in range for a rapid response in case of emergency. Hopefully, though, you'll be able to keep things quiet and that won't be necessary. Of course, missions rarely go exactly as planned. Any questions?
Nope.
Very well. Remember, you must use a shuttlecraft, runabout, fighter, or similar small operations craft to undertake this mission. We need on-site intel from the interior of the vault. Starfleet will not clear you to enter the Halcona system otherwise. Good luck.
Alright, let's go find a shuttlecraft. And if I remember correctly, I might actually have bought a Delta Flyer years ago. So we'll check that out too. told to report to you. Alright. You can get a shuttle from you. Or not. Ship requisition, customize, ship and shuttle. Let's just make this easy. Alright, so no runabout for me. Might end up with a Type 8. Oh, we can get a captain's yacht. Oh, turns out I did buy it. Do I have the Yellowstone too? Even better. What do we got between the two of these? Absolutely the same, except the Delta Fire turns better. And has a second station. That's what we're going with. And because we get a free shuttle anyway. See if I can remember how to do this. Alright, go to the Hakona system. Let's just do it. Ah, my tiny little flyer.
Obviously, this station isn't as abandoned as Intel suspected. Sensors are reading several Reman ships in the area, and that's just the ones that we can spot. That station is immense. It must have taken an incredible amount of manpower and technology to build it. It's almost the size of a small moon. Sensors are reading a sophisticated tachyon detection network, as well as several patrolling vessels. For an abandoned station, this facility certainly has a lot of activity. My people are experts at stealth technology. If we want to approach unseen, we must avoid confrontation and find a way to evade or jam their sensor grid. We must assume that if we engage the ships here, they'll notify whoever is left on the station, and it may become difficult to find an entry point.
Alright, before we do anything, we are going to set this thing up. Oh. Is that a little pet? Yep. Alright, what do we got? We'll throw some shields on it. Make it a little faster. What do I have for science consoles? Nothing. Oh, wait. That one. Tactical? Sure. Didn't mean to do that, but I guess I'll have to put it back on the other one when we're done. Alright. What do we want to do first? This one's closer.
This asteroid is unusually large, and it's clearly been mined. It was probably used for raw construction materials, like most of the debris here. This particular asteroid contains pergium, titanium, and uranium. It was probably tractored from a nearby system and brought here to construct hull components and power systems. We could probably cut a piece from the asteroid with our weapons for further analysis. Looks like the fragment has picked up a bit of residual energy from our weapon burst. It'll be radiating energy for a while. Other than that, it's just a rock.
So engineering officers can use this one. Got it. Let's avoid the warbird. Go this way. I think it looks pretty good. Pretty faithful to the show. I should probably be paying way more attention to where I'm going, though.
Looks like they left this satellite as a communications booster for their short-range worker shuttles. Fortunately for us, it's still active. Unfortunately, it's heavily encrypted. Traffic analysis shows that the network routes its communications through a series of nodes at the station's dorsal peaks. If we flood them with excessive signal, it could cause the network to be unable to handle any signal traffic, which would give us a brief window to slip in. The alerts wouldn't go off because the station would never get the signal. We'll still have to avoid the patrols and make sure we don't get too close to the station until we make the broadcast.
Alright, so that one's gonna have to be our option since it's tactical. But no reason we can't check out the last one too.
Indications are that this vessel was refitted for asteroid mining. Apparently, a containment failure in the engine core led to a massive radiation surge. The engine went into emergency shutdown, but all of the couplings and injectors were burned out. The crew probably died due to instant radiation burns. It looks like the vessel was stripped for parts and left derelict. Approaching the tachyon grid perimeter. If we're detected by it, that will definitely alert the Remans. Station sensor hub jammed.
Alright, we're inside. Let's see how this goes.
Picking up some unusual energy readings. We'll need to explore the accessible interior areas and see what we can find. Looks like there's another access conduit across from us. We'll have to think three-dimensionally in here. Sensor readings are also picking up a few scattered life signs.
Alright, let's go.
We've tripped some security systems. The doors are a massive set of interior bulkhead doors. They're segmenting the different parts of the base. Possibly a safety measure in case something went wrong in one of the central areas. Access appears to be controlled by use of security keys. We can disable it if we can find a code block that matches part of a security key. This defense turret was hooked into part of the security network. There's a security code in its subsystem, code block 6750. The security key is on a rotation. Each code block matches a piece of one key. Key in the appropriate code when the rotation matches to it. Trying a code on the wrong rotation will probably invalidate that code, so be careful with the timing.
If I remember correctly, this goes through quite a few keys before we get to one that I can use. There we go.
That's it. Well done. We should be able to bypass the system and gain access now. There's still power in most of the station. Some of these conduits are damaged. Keep an eye out for energy discharges. Microgravity storage crates, mostly construction supplies. No weapons or unusual energy signatures.
I forgot about this. I do not. Time it through these gates so you don't get hit. Okay, get on this one. Nope.
Right shield's failing.
Above us, that's a Borg sphere. The Tal Shiar must have used this base as a storage facility and research area for Borg technology. Electrical discharges, probably from ionization leaking from the sphere and research nodes. We should be cautious about flying too close to them. The Borg sphere is dormant, like it's been put to sleep. It's not the source of the strange readings that long-range scans detected. Looks like the sphere's hooked into part of the local systems network. We should be able to exit through the other doors now. Probably a safety precaution to keep them locked.
blast right through it.
Quiet in this area. Too quiet.
Alright, before I scan this, I think I want to switch my people out. Maybe not. She has the beams overload.
This is disturbing. We're looking at a facility used to build Thalaron weapons. If the Remans have infiltrated this base, they may be trying to secure those weapons.
Ah, so our intruder finally arrives at the heart of the matter. Have you seen all that you came to see, little spy?
Who are you?
Does it really matter? Call me Obasek, if a name is that important to you.
What are you doing here?
That should be obvious. I intend to make use of this station to further my agenda. Your presence, however, is a bit more curious. I expect that you are operating under the shroud of Empress Sela, whether you realize it or not.
I'm here to investigate the unusual scanner readings from this station.
Doubtless you have discovered the source of those readings. Understand that I have little desire to unleash this sort of destruction, but my hand is forced. The Reman people will only be liberated if we are able to make a clear and decisive stand against the Romulans. The technology of this station will allow us to do so.
The Federation could assist the Remans in their desire to separate from the Romulan people.
Just as your Federation offered assistance to the Romulans before the supernova of Hobus and the subsequent destruction of Romulus? No. History has shown that I cannot trust in the good intentions of the Federation. An oppressed people must be ready to seize their liberty through any means available to them. The technology of this station has provided me with indisputable means.
Even if you succeed, you must find a way to normalize relations. You will need allies.
I will deal with the future when it arrives. For me, there is no tomorrow until my people are free. However, I respect your commitment to your position. It's a shame we are at cross purposes. I am afraid our time is at an end. My associates have already finished loading the Thalaron weapons that we need, and I have other operations to manage. I think we both know what happens now. May your death be quick and valorous.
Well, that was a nice, easy fight. Thank you, Delta Flyer. Let's see what more trouble we can get into today. that one. This one in there. Did we get it? Nope. Got it that time. Oh, I do have it. No, not on this one. Oh, what I meant to do. Oh, guess we're using it.
Blast the door locks.
I didn't think we'd be able to beat that thing. See if I can get through here with them. Nope.
Warning. Ship is under
So
attack.
close. What do you think? Any more little surprises gonna be in this one? We're almost there.
We must stop Obisek's ship. They cannot be allowed to possess Thalaron weapons. We can use the subspace booster satellite outside the station to send a message to Starfleet as soon as we're clear of the interior. But Obisek's warship will almost certainly attack us when we do. We'll have to survive long enough for reinforcements to arrive. Reinforcements have arrived and are just past that nebula. We don't have much time. We need to meet with our allies and stop that ship.
All right. It looks like a Galaxy class to come and help us out.
We are now in the micronebula. USS Laza is signaling us. They're going to engage the Reman ship, but they want us to take care of the fighters and plasma torpedoes.
You can do that, boss.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
That was quite an explosion. Probably from the Thaleron weapons carried aboard the ship. We're going to leave the system under high warp to draw off any reinforcements that might come looking. Suggest you return to Federation space.
I agree. Alright, time to debrief. Don't normally have to go in person. And apparently out of range to dock. We'll get it eventually.
I've taken a preliminary look at your logs, and it seems that things went a bit unexpectedly. I have a feeling this isn't the last time we'll be seeing the vault. The Reman commander you encountered is definitely a major player in the disintegration of the Romulan Star Empire. I'm going to send the information you gathered about him over to an old colleague of mine, Dr. Maximilian Peters, for analysis. If this Reman is a leader in their separatist movement, we'll have to deal with him again. And hopefully, Dr. Peters can work up a psychological profile for him, and a sociological analysis of the separatists. Our next step will be to decode the signal intelligence and go through any remnants left from the ship that was destroyed near the vault. Now that we know that the Remans were hoping to use Thaleron weapons, we need to figure out their target location. Right now, Starfleet knows far too little about a civil war in the making, but it'll take time to sift through all of the data. Keep in touch. Starfleet will notify you when we have a lead. Oh, and thanks for the good work.
You are welcome.
Excellent work. We need to learn more about the conflict between Obasek and the Romulans. Sila's forces may indeed be hounding the Remans, but the use of Thaleron weapons is unacceptable. Not even the Klingons or the Breen will stoop to such barbarism. Starfleet intelligence will be working to decode the list of possible targets you acquired from the base's databanks. The next step may be to investigate these sites and find out why the Remans want to destroy them.
Alright. All kinds of good stuff on this one.
I have.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
And a promotion.
Starfleet intelligence has
Not
decoded
today. Alright. That's gonna wrap us up for today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. This one is admittedly not one of my favorite missions. It's hard for me to get through. Alright, well I guess I will see you all in the next one.